Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Big Donch Show. Today, we're doing something very different. Today, we're actually live streaming. I want to actually start live streaming my videos and my episodes now. So, I do a lot of NFL weekend recaps, I do boxing episodes. Well, today, like I said, I really want to start just doing live streams, making clips, taking this as far as we go. I'm using StreamYard. So, as you can see in this corner, you have the watermark. Try to ignore that, even though it's kind of doesn't make sense since I pointed it out. Either way, today, we're going to be recapping this past weekend fights. Good week of boxing. Good week of boxing. We had Katie Taylor seek revenge. She won undisputed belt back. We saw David Benavidez absolutely dominate Demetrius Andre. We saw Jamal Charlo miss weight. Still comes back to beat Jose Benavidez Jr. So it was a good week of boxing. Let's get right into it. Well, we got to pick up with the first and the biggest fight of the weekend, and that is Benavidez absolutely dominating Andrade. After the sixth round, Andrade's corner said, no more. And that makes sense, right? He was destroying him. I'm just testing. Oh, that's working good. That's working good. He was destroying him. Corner said no more. And here's the thing. Andrade had everything going for him. He had the combos going for him, but he gassed out. He had a good start. I knew it was going to be like Caleb Plant, where, he had a good start. Caleb Plant was winning like the first 5 rounds, but he gassed out, and that obviously hurt him. So what happens? David Benavidez staying calm. Now David Benavidez is a bit sloppy. Okay, that brings up the question now with Canelo. With the wide punches he has, he's a bit sloppy. Canelo is more experienced. He's more professional. He knows how to experience that, and that's absolutely true. But the way I've been seeing Benavidez dominate over these past 3 fights, he's going to give Canelo a very tough matchup. Going to be Canelo's toughest matchup since B-ball. Okay, I mean, really, when I think of Benavidez, I think of just a smaller B-ball. I know that might be crazy, but he has power, and he has combos, and he's very, very good, man. Let me tell you, you watch these fights, Benavidez is good. He has some sloppy mistakes. He's 26 years old, right? If he picks up a fight with Canelo, he's going to get those right, as he should. His team should prepare him right. He should be good. His really only big problem is, though, is just, he puts his hands down on wide hooks, okay? Basically, like a bigger Ryan Garcia, but he beats up people. He beats on people. Andrade now, of course, this was his second fight in the division, which, okay, it makes sense. And no disrespect to Andrade. I mean, he's older. Benavidez was a younger guy. Everybody had Benavidez winning this fight. I could have saw it. The only way I had Andrade winning it is if he went off points. He wasn't going to knock out Benavidez. And like I said, he was outscoring him for the first 2 rounds. But I knew it was going to last long. Gassed out. That's just the problem. I know Canelo won't gas out. I know we won't have to worry about that with Canelo. But Benavidez, he called him out at the end. I mean, that's obviously the fight that we want to see at super middleweight. I'm sorry, but that's just what we want to see. Canelo versus David Benavidez for the undisputed super middleweight titles. We want to see it. Doesn't matter if it's in Mexico in a sold-out soccer arena or in Las Vegas. We want to see it. Let's make it happen. What's the excuse now? But people are saying, well, Canelo's in the back end of his career. Let me tell you, if Canelo does not decide to take this fight, if he retires or takes something else, he's going to be known as a duck. And I don't say that with hate. I'm a Canelo fan. I like Canelo. But if Canelo does not accept this fight next year, 2024, he's going to be known as a duck. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. And let me tell you, like I said, it's going to be his hardest fight since B-ball. Benavidez has the power. He's a little sloppy with the hooks, a little too wide, and dropped his hands a little. But let me tell you, that power and that pressure he's going to have on Canelo is going to be a problem. I'm not saying Canelo's going to lose. I'm not picking a winner here. All right, Canelo will still be the favorite. But that fight is as close as 50-50 as you can get. That fight could go either way. I'm not saying Canelo's going to get slumped or get knocked out either. Canelo has a chin. Benavidez didn't stop Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant was a warrior, took a beating. But I'm not saying Canelo's going to, hit the canvas a bunch of times. He might hit the canvas. It might be his first time in his career he hit the canvas. So that's what I will say about that. If Canelo was to ever hit the canvas, it'd be that fight against Benavidez. I'll never see Canelo get knocked down. I don't think we'll ever see that in his career. But if he was to ever hit the canvas, ever get a knockdown, ever, the first time in his career, it'd be against Benavidez. That fight, we need to see it. Let me tell you, if I was a boxing promoter, if I had the money, the power, I'd make a Cinco de Mayo weekend fight. Canelo and Benavidez, okay? Doesn't matter if it's in Mexico or in Las Vegas, with the co-main or the undercard being Jamal Charlo, or Jamel Charlo, either one, versus Caleb Plant. we need to see. I think that would be a perfect fight. That'd be a great card. That'd get over 1 million pay-per-view buys. I mean, Canelo and Benavidez alone could probably get 1 million pay-per-view buys. But Plant and Charlo, that's going to definitely solidify 1 million pay-per-view buys. If I'm a promoter, that's what I'm doing. Any promoters out there, you guys need people, let me tell you, I got the advice. I got a comment today saying, on Instagram, hey, you should be a promoter. It made me feel good because, hey, I usually come up with great fight ideas. And they usually do happen. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not trying to get over myself with this ego and all, but the fights I usually predict, if you've been watching my YouTube for a while, they usually do happen. It's crazy. But either way, this fight needs to happen next year. Benavidez versus Canelo. I like to see it on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Obviously, makes sense. The two of them being Mexican, it makes sense. Okay, and then Charlo and Plant, it'd be a great fight. Canelo, great fighter. Benavidez, great fighter. We need to see it. So, staying on that card from last night, Jose Benavidez Jr. losing to Jamal Charlo. Charlo lost weight, over 3 pounds. It was unprofessional. All right, I'm not going to take that away. Charlo had a great performance last night, no doubt, but he still missed weight, which is unprofessional. Alrighty, he can't keep going like that. I'm pretty sure it was the only time. I'm not saying this is a common occurrence from him, but it's still unprofessional. Don't really think it's that we forgot that. He still had a great performance. He dominated Jose Benavidez Jr. Benavidez Jr. is also in the back end of his career, right? It is what it is. But don't forget, Charlo. Alrighty? He still missed weight. It was still unprofessional. If you want to have a good, serious career now again, and after that, be smart. Alrighty? The scores for that fight were 100 to 90. Okay, so it was a 10-round fight. So basically every round to them. 98, 92, 99, 91. This bout was Charlo's first in 2.5 years. But he definitely handled it. Just not before the fight. Before the fight, though, you got to do better than that. That's all I got to say. Either way, it was a good card last night. Was it pay-per-view worthy? No. But, it was also Showtime's last hurrah. Alrighty. Sucks. I'm going to miss Showtime. I don't know what they're going to be doing now. What PBC is going to do with Al Heyman. Probably the Zone. Maybe Amazon Prime, I'm hearing. I wish HBO Boxing and Showtime Sports were the two main guys still. And Top Rank. Top Rank does put up pretty good cards, but I miss HBO Boxing. We all do. If you're a boxing fan and you don't miss HBO Boxing, I'd like to hear why. But either way, not my business. And then Showtime Boxing. Showtime Boxing was perfect. They had a great year. One of the best years in a while. Alrighty? Plant versus Benavidez. Tank versus Garcia. The much anticipated fight that everybody wanted for years. Crawford versus Spence. I don't know. I'm pretty surprised though that Showtime's going. I really don't know why. And now the Zone's probably going to take over. I'm not a big fan of the Zone broadcast. I never really have been. I like Top Rank. Top Rank is okay because usually it's free. They have their problems, but I still like Top Rank more than the Zone. The Zone's probably my last broadcast I have to go to. It is what it is. But that was the round. That was the fight. So it was good. Now, moving over to Katie Taylor. He gets the win. She gets the win, sorry. Ireland. I was rooting for her. Alrighty, I'm Irish myself, so I was rooting for her. She got revenge. She revenged her only professional defeat after losing to Chantel Cameron by majority decision. She captured the undisputed world junior welterweight title this Saturday in Dublin, Ireland. So good for her. With the victory, this is on ESPN. Taylor joins Clarissa Shields as the only female boxer to become undisputed champion in 2 weight classes. She's also undisputed in the lightweight division, so she's simultaneously undisputed. But let me just say that with these fights, with Katie Taylor, women's fights in general, they are great performances. All right, I'm never disappointed with women's fighters. They bang, they stand in the middle, and they just exchange punches. There has been a Katie Taylor fight which I wasn't bored with. The atmosphere is amazing. What Dublin does is amazing. I love to see more fights, and that's why I'm kind of disappointed with the Usyk fight and Fury fight being in Saudi Arabia. Their crowd's not as good as Europe crowd. I'm sorry, it's just not. The crowd, they're not as excited. Even in America, it's not as excited as Europe. Europe has the best fans we see in the UFC, and we see it in boxing, we see it in obviously soccer. They have great fans. That's one thing about them. Ireland had a great fight, but Katie Taylor, she's a warrior. Listen, it wasn't no robbery. There wasn't no robbery. She won that fight just like she lost the last fight. It was fair decisions. The scores were 98-92, 96-94, 95-95. So it was close, definitely. But it's a women's boxing match. They bang, They throw exchange punches in the middle. They're not as long as, of course, regular men's fights. So it's going to be obviously closer. It wasn't a robbery. Katie Taylor won that. And good for her. And Chantel Cameron, obviously. She's good, too. She's still a warrior. But Katie Taylor, 37 years old. I didn't even know that, man. I'll be honest, I did not know that. Katie Taylor, 37 years old. Hold on, look up her age quick. She is. I never knew that. She looks younger than 37. That's what I'm saying. She looks like she's in her late 20s, early 30s. 37 though. Cameron, 32. She's from Northampton in England. She changed to Manchester. Still a warrior though. But let me just say, Katie Taylor, and she gets a lot of hate too. There's no reason for her. She's a warrior. Both of them are. That's what I like about women's sports. They exchange punches. It's always a good fight and always a good atmosphere. I'll never forget the fight against Serrano. Katie Taylor versus Serrano. That was probably the best atmosphere I've ever seen. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. And it was a great match. Just like this past Saturday. So, good weekend of boxing. Okay. We don't have much the rest of the year. We have, of course, Ryan Garcia. He's fighting December 2nd. Also, check out Darius Fulgham. He's also fighting on that card. I had an interview with him last week. I posted it yesterday. Make sure to check that out. It was a good time talking to him. Other than that, we have in January Arthur Benavidez coming back in the ring. And then next year is really going to be another great year. 2023, let me tell you, it was good. It was good for us boxing fans. We didn't get every fight we wanted. We wanted to see, of course, Fury and Usyk end with a bang at the end of the year. Things happen. They're still fighting next year. The fight didn't get called off, so I'm still happy about that. You can still be grateful for that. But I'm happy. I'm happy. It was a good year for boxing fans. I can't complain too much. Next year, though, we got to get the heavyweight bouts. I'm pretty sure also we have the other Saudi Arabia fight. I think that's next year, though. Joshua versus Wallin. Joshua versus Wallin. When is that? Well, December 23rd. Okay, so that is also happening this year. I forgot about that. I knew that fight was happening. Big fight in Saudi Arabia. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, though. First time doing a live stream. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm going to work on it more. It's the first time ever, so we're going to keep working with this. I'm out, guys. Peace.